Today on Geek Shop, we're talking manga, and we've got our special guest Reva to help us out. So, let's take a walk to the Geek Shop. Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Geek Shop. Today we've got two guests. Why don't you two introduce, or we got a guest and our regular person, Chetan. Why doesn't our guest introduce yourself first?
Hello, my name is Reva.
And so from what I understand, you're seriously into manga and anime and all that kind of stuff. And we thought we'd have you on the show, and you could tell us about what you love about it, as well as maybe tell us some cool stuff that we should be reading. So why do you love anime and manga and stuff?
I like it since it's interesting, and for me it's easier to read than a novel book. Otherwise it's interesting.
And do you read any North American comics, or is it just generally Japanese stuff?
Japanese stuff. I read a lot of it.
Okay. And is there something about the stories that interests you?
Yeah, the stories are really interesting. Even some parts that you'd normally find boring.
Like what?
There's some parts, in this one book I read, it's one of my favorites, Blue Lock. Even though if I was watching an actual soccer match, I'd probably be really bored, but it's put in a way where it's more interesting.
So the book's about soccer?
Yeah.
Show them the...
Yeah, here's it.
Okay,
Can
cool.
you see it?
Yep.
Yes, it's about soccer. That was my first reaction when she wanted to buy it. By the way, for those of you who don't know, that's my daughter, Reva. When she first bought the book, we went to the store to buy the book, I told her, North American, attitude. Why do you want to read a book on soccer?
So is there anything special about the soccer thing? Is it just regular games, or is there anything magical or super heroic?
It's if you want me to explain, it's this high school boy, and he's basically getting, I forgot the word, what's the word when you get picked out to go somewhere?
Chosen?
Yeah, chosen to go to this thing called a Blue Lock, and that's where they train these soccer players to go to the Japanese soccer team.
But is there monsters and demons and all that stuff, or just
no? It's competitive though.
So it's just about learning about the different players and stuff like that are playing against them, right?
Yeah. I don't really have much of the mangas, but the anime, it's really bad. People really don't like the animation. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, it's good. I like it.
That's kind of cool. It's very different than most of the comic books you see in North America that have superheroes and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Do you like superhero stuff too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some of my books too.
No, but you don't read North American superheroes like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman.
No.
You don't like any, because me being a comic fan and having lots of comics and stuff in the house, when she was little, she used to read Wonder Woman and stuff when I bought it for her. Now she doesn't even touch that stuff.
That's fair enough. Is there other manga stuff that you like to read?
Yeah, this one, it's about a mystery case. It's called Death Note. Here, Can you see it?
Yep.
And it's basically this book where this schoolboy, college boy you could say, he finds it, and he's the main character, but he's also the villain too. And it's quite interesting. I wouldn't recommend it to somebody who's first watching it, anime, or reading, since it'd be really boring. When you think of anime, you think of fighting, not a mystery book or soccer.
So what would you recommend for somebody that wanted to get into anime for the first time?
Okay. For the first time, I wouldn't recommend Death Note or Blue Lock. I'd probably recommend something if you want to get into popular anime, I'd recommend Jujutsu Kaisen. Since there's only 2 seasons out, people say it's quite sad. Otherwise, for me, it wasn't. That'd be a good beginner.
Okay.
Otherwise, One Piece is a good one too, but I say it's really long.
We were talking about that last time.
One Piece. Yeah. I've tried to get into One Piece,
It's really long. It's 1,000 episodes.
Oh, wow.
1,100.
Yeah, apparently though, Netflix has a collection of sort of the most important episodes, so you can kind of catch up a little bit.
Yeah. Otherwise, they only go to this one part, and then you have to watch it on other anime websites.
Yeah.
Now, question for you. when you look at your manga books, do you look at the artwork and do you like the artwork?
Yeah, that's how I sometimes choose the books, such as Tokyo Ghoul. I really like the art style. That's why I chose it out. The covers are really nice.
See, that makes me proud as a dad.
So do you ever do any drawings or want to write your own manga story at some point?
I don't think I'd want to write my own, but I do drawings, yeah.
Okay.
I do a lot.
And do you like drawing, like, would you want to draw, like, if you were given any manga, would you want to do like a soccer manga or a sports one, or would you want to do something more superhero-ish?
I wouldn't do a sports one, considering I don't know much about sport. I'd probably do something like a superhero.
Okay. So maybe something in the future, maybe you and your dad could do a manga together, a superhero manga.
Perfect.
I'm probably too lazy to draw all that.
Yeah,
She's like her dad, see?
The thing about manga is it's very long too, right? Like they produce a lot every week, and so there's so much to read, right?
Oh,
look at this book. How many pages? What?
Oh, that's 2 books combined. Look at
2 books combined.
Look at this one.
Yeah, this one's called what is it?
JoJo's.
JoJo's Adventure. Look at that.
Exactly, and I'm sure there's volumes and volumes. Like I know One Piece, the manga is like, when I see them, they're on the shelves. It's like shelves and shelves of issues that they have.
That's it.
Yeah, it's really long. I don't recommend that to a beginner. You could watch Naruto. That's a good beginner. I really like that.
What was the one I bought? I bought her a box set.
Oh, Demon Slayer. You could watch.
Yeah, Demon Slayer. That's what
the anime is almost done. It's quite good. It was interesting.
But the manga, I think, what was it? 26 books or something?
23.
23 books. I bought her the whole box set, and that's a lot of pages to read. And as a parent, whether it's comics, novels, having her read, it's great.
Yeah,
now, all of your friends read manga, right?
Yeah, all of them do.
Do they read any American comics or Canadian comics?
I think one of them does, otherwise no.
No? Okay.
No.
Do you ever read your dad's comics?
He gave me one, but I didn't read it.
They're hard to read, aren't they?
No, I just didn't want to.
So when I was younger, I remember Vampire Hunter D and Akira were sort of the 2 popular ones. Have you ever read some of the older stuff?
No, I heard of Akira before, but I've seen it too, but I didn't really ever buy it. Otherwise, when we normally go to a bookstore, I don't see that.
No, I showed it to you one time.
That's when we went to like the conspiracy. That's where we saw Akira.
Yeah, and there's Astro Boy too, which is pretty popular.
Oh yes,
and Speed Racer.
I think I probably saw them. I'm not sure.
Speed Racer.
And
eventually, they actually turned it into a Western movie, like Susan
Oh
Sarandon's
yeah,
in it.
that's it. Yes,
it's pretty good. Speed Racer's pretty good. And then what was the other one that there was another long one that I read for a while.
Wasn't Robotech a comic book and manga?
Yep.
I mean, that's
Robotech.
going back to the 80s. That's
Yep.
going back to the 80s, right?
Yeah. So
Did you ever
manga's
hear
been
of
around for a
Robotech?
long
No.
time.
No. Yeah.
And
No, but it's funny.
Evangelion?
It's
Evangelion, yeah, I've heard of that. I don't see the books though.
okay. Never heard of that one.
Yeah, Evangelion is some of the Transformers from the 1980s Transformers are based on Evangelion robots.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've heard of Evangelion before. I see it a lot. It's quite popular.
Well, nowadays
Yeah.
the funny part is taking her around to bookstores and stuff. Now, it's funny. North American trade paperbacks is shrinking in bookstores, but the manga section is huge. One of the bookstores we went, they have 2 different areas with manga stuff in it.
Yeah, they have to separate it from teen and adult.
Yeah. So I have a question for you though. And this is an important question. So
Yeah.
next time you go shopping with your dad and buy some manga, I want to give you a challenge. I want you to pick a book out for him that he has to read.
Okay.
So what are you going to give him? What's it called and what's the story about?
Okay. Thinking wise, I feel like he'd like JoJo's. It's like each part is like a different story, so it'd be quite confusing to catch up on. But otherwise, it's quite interesting. I feel like he'd like that.
Chetan, what do you think? Are you willing to give it a try?
Oh, I'm willing to try it. Tom, you mentioned a manga comic, and I think you might know about it. It's about a rooster.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
See, there you go.
I found the concept quite weird, so I didn't really want to go into
it's
it.
a whole comic about a rooster.
Yeah, like a giant chicken or rooster.
And the thing is, that's where you have to give credit to the Japanese. They'll do comics on soccer, rooster, a businessman.
They've had one about. There's this one called One Punch Man too.
Oh yeah.
The anime was interesting, but otherwise it slowly gets boring because of the main character's power.
What's the one you wanted? And unfortunately, because of the content, I said, hold off. Chainsaw Man. Right?
I didn't like that. I didn't want to get it anymore.
Yeah, some of them can get pretty violent.
Was good.
Yeah, and Chainsaw Man.
There's a lot of fighting and violence and stuff.
Yeah.
There's this one horror one which I really like. It's there's different books, but the author's name is Junji Ito. I really like the.
Oh yeah, his drawings are nice. Yeah.
It's like a horror manga person. They're really good.
Yeah, he has quite a few books out, and they're really nicely drawn.
That's cool. That's really cool. So, if you could, do you ever like hear about some of the conventions they have in Japan about like manga conventions and stuff like that? Have you ever heard
I've
of those?
seen them here too. Yeah, I've seen them here too. Like sometimes when we're going to like this park, we saw like a bunch of people cosplayed walking on the street. Remember?
Yeah, and I told her we'll go. We'll find out when the show is, and I'll take her to it just to experience it.
Would you get dressed up?
Would you?
What?
Would you get dressed up?
Yeah, I have one.
Oh,
I'm doing for
tell her.
Halloween.
Yeah, she bought a Halloween costume. Was it 4 of your friends bought the costumes?
Yeah, all of us did to match.
Yeah, explain what
what do you
you
dress
So
up as?
it's as a Blue Lock character. Me and my friend, one of my friends are matching, and then the two other of my friends are matching with each other.
That's awesome.
And all of them are going to go like soccer players. And I told her, we could get soccer costumes, but no, they want the Blue Lock costumes.
Yeah.
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
Which is great. You know what? Now again, it's like manga has a reading and interest in that stuff, and the good part is her friends are interested in this also. It's not to say I wish she read more North American comics, but at least Japanese comics, manga, I call it comics, but manga has a wide selection. I mean, it has a selection of everything. Where
They have a lot of different, like, such as romance too. I have this one I like. It's quite good.
What is it called?
It's called Oran Host Club or something. I don't remember the name. It's quite good. I really like the art style. The mostly like love type animes or romance animes. They're called shoujo animes or mangas.
Yep.
Like they're separated by like names and stuff.
Have you learned any Japanese while you've been doing that? While you've been reading them?
No, I read it all in English. So
No, but Japanese words or anything. Do you know any words or anything?
no.
Okay.
Okay. Do you
That's
learn
the
anything about
next
Japanese
challenge.
culture?
A little bit from Demon Slayer. You could learn a little bit about Orions and stuff, since there's like this whole arc, which is like a whole season, which is based on it.
Okay, because I know a lot of Japanese manga also talks about Japanese food as well.
Yeah, there's some.
Hey, she likes sushi.
Yeah, but sushi's
So
simple
that-
stuff. You got to get into the crazy stuff too, like live octopus and everything.
Yeah.
No, not yet. Not yet.
No, I don't think I want to
Not
eat
yet.
that.
Not yet. No, anytime last year she wanted to go to a sushi place so much, and I took her first time, and then we went twice, right?
We went twice, yeah, with the
Yeah.
band.
Yeah, and she loved it.
What's your favorite kind of sushi?
There's these one rolls, I forgot the name, but they were good. I think they had salmon inside them. I don't know what they were called.
I forget what salmon rolls are called, but it'll come to me I'm sure
Yeah.
at some point. But
No, but at
yeah,
least you know what? It's getting her interested in other culture and other ideas and stuff like that. And you know what? That's what comics did for us. Opened our minds to different things and stuff, which is working for her.
Are you into soccer at all? Would you actually play soccer?
No. Every time I have it for gym, I sit out.
Yeah, I guess. I understand that. I wasn't very coordinated at sports either, so I was all I was horrible at sports as a kid, so that's why I got into comic
But
books.
but here's one thing, talking to her and taking her around to buy manga. Now, even in big malls, there's manga shops opening up.
Yeah, mostly if you're going to a manga shop, I say don't go there for books, since manga shops, they're mostly for like clothing or like selling figures.
No, but they had a lot of books.
They had books, but they're like, if you're one of the people who'd want to read like romance animes, it's better you go to Chapters. Since those type of stores, they have like, it's mostly like fighting style anime. When you think of anime, you think of fighting. That's what it is there.
I think a lot of North Americans like that kind of stuff because like the times I've been to Japan, the manga stores have everything, like, and all the different kinds, and they have these stores that are like the size of Chapters, and it's all manga. So it's like it would take you like days to go through it, just to sort through it, and they have, I would say, at most half of it is fighting manga, and the rest of it is all like romance and sports. There's one that's really popular right now with basketball that I've seen.
Yeah, Slam Dunk.
Yeah.
It's either Slam Dunk or this other one.
That's everywhere in the manga shops that I've been in. Sometimes I go to Thailand and they have a lot of manga there as well. And they have Thai manga too, like Thai versions of manga as well, which is kind of...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have, there's these mangas where they're like translated into different anime, like not animes, languages too. Like, say for JoJo's, there's this one manga, it's like this last part, I think, and it's translated into like Spanish and French.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
You know, it's funny, you just mentioned about Thailand and all that stuff. I was looking up, one of the people who follows me on Instagram, they keep posting Comic Cons in India. Yeah. And I'm thinking, it's kind of funny, North America wise, Canada and US, comics are shrinking. The conventions are at the point where it's everything except comics. It's wrestling, other stuff, where Asian culture is booming with the comics market. I mean, I keep calling it comics, but manga and comics. India, what you said about Thailand, Japan, China, all those areas, they're booming with that stuff. And,
I'll let you in on a little secret. Manga is literally just Japanese for comics.
Oh, no, yeah. It's just a different term. Yeah, same word. But, but the thing is, it's, the markets and the shops are shrinking here. I mean, since the last 30 years, less and less shops everywhere. And even in bookstores and stuff, anywhere you go, you're seeing less and less graphic novels and North American comics, where everywhere you go now, you're seeing more and more manga stuff. And I see people with even, she's wearing a Hello Kitty shirt, but I see people wearing a lot of manga-related shirts now, or anime-related shirts. It's becoming popular. I mean, it's funny. This is what North American comics, we could get into a huge episode about North American comics and the downfall it's coming to, or been going on a downhill spiral, but manga has never come down. It's still booming. And it's getting younger readers like her and her friends, all 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds reading manga books, which is amazing and great.
So I've sort of asked you this question already, but what would you say, like, are your top 5 favorite manga books?
I'd have to say Death Note. It's really interesting. I wouldn't recommend that to a beginner. JoJo's. It's really interesting. Mm-hmm. Just the plot, it changes with every like series or like. So the manga is split into different parts. Part 1 to it goes like from part 1 to 9, and each part is like a different story about a different character. So the main character changes. Then I'd have to say Blue Lock. It's quite interesting. Tokyo Ghoul, I really like the art style of that. And it's like, I would show you it, but it's like on my shelf, but the art style is really good.
No, we'll post an image up, okay?
Yeah, we'll post the image up. The covers are really nice.
Cool.
Third, I don't know what about third. Probably some Junji Ito. I really like the art style. It's quite interesting. I wouldn't know about fourth right now.
Okay. So how about I give you guys a challenge? Because you've already suggested one that you're going to give your dad. How about you let your dad pick one for you? and you'll compare like how well you like each other's choices based off of what you pick. So next time you shop, you have to give him one, and he has to give you one, and you have to, like, as a challenge, see what you think of each other's choices. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Now, here's my
Shannon,
part.
you okay with that?
I'm an old comic book geek from North America. I have to learn to read backwards now.
Oh, it's easy.
I mean-
They give you okay. So I say if you're reading like a manga from the teens section, it'll show you on the back how to.
I know. I've noticed. I noticed that in the book. But I was.
Is there a way that you can pick? Is there a way to pick good manga? Like, say I was unfamiliar. Is there like a good way to learn about manga?
Okay, what you could do is you could probably go on Google or like some websites, and you could search up like the top 10 anime. And I know the first one you're gonna get is One Piece. But it's really long. I wouldn't recommend that. But you can go on like the top.
But can't
10
you get
animes.
One Piece? The one we got you was a
It's like
side story, but it was a smaller section.
Yeah, so sometimes they have these side stories. Like they have it with Naruto too. It's like these side stories of these characters, like side characters.
Naruto is the guys in the big red karate suits, right?
No, he's in an orange karate suit.
Orange, yeah. Okay.
They have
Sometimes
like
too, I find.
like Naruto's ended now, but now they have like a series about his son called Boruto.
Okay. Sometimes I find though with really long stuff, sometimes what I'll do is I'll just pick up in the middle and like I'll accept the fact that I don't understand what's going on, but I just sort of read through it anyway, and then eventually after a few issues you sort of figure out where everything is. So sometimes you can join comic books in the middle. So I find that with some manga and some comic books.
Yeah. For me to say One Piece, I found it really boring from how long it was.
One I looked at last year when I did the drawing prompts in October, and she's too old for it, but one of the prompts was doing drawings for Berserk. And Berserk is, when I did the research of finding, I had no clue what Berserk was at that time. When I went in, Googled it and looked it up, I'm going, wow, this is amazing artwork.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
There's great artwork in that stuff.
So one day I want to buy one of those books and read it and see what it's like, because it's like, and they have like, I'm not joking, thick volumes, and they have like 15 of them.
It's probably like as thick as one of our book sets we got, since I walked past by it a lot.
Yeah, but you're too young for that.
Yeah. I've seen some like I said, I've been to some stores in Japan and everything, and sometimes they'll have whole shelves dedicated to like one book because they have so many volumes. There'll be hundreds of volumes.
I've seen like people post like there's this one anime. It's quite popular for like this year and last year. It's called Jujutsu Kaisen. People say like they have full shelves just for stuff considered like related to it.
I think Dragon Ball Z has like a lot of volumes. Like it's ridiculous how many they have.
Last time I went to chapters, I never saw any of the Dragon Ball Z books.
Yeah, we didn't see any of those. No.
Yeah, another good one is Bleach. I really like it, but every time I go to a manga store, they barely have any.
Yeah. How about Pokemon? What do you think of that?
Oh yeah, I like Pokemon a lot. I used to watch it.
And she used to have the
She
still has the
Pokemon?
cards.
Favorite Pokemon? I'm not sure.
No, what was that
They're
card you
also
bought?
cute.
The one card you bought that you really liked the character.
I don't know.
No, I can't remember the character. I have no idea what that is.
Squirtle, Charizard. I'm trying to remember all the Pokemon names that I know, but it's only a few. I mean, Pikachu is always the cutest, but...
Yeah. I heard that in the new Pokemon series or something, the main character isn't there. Ash, he's not there anymore.
Yeah.
People are saying that.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard they're getting rid of Ash, and they're going to go with something new because they're sort of, I guess, told too many stories with him already, so they're going to move on to somebody new.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. It'll work though, because you don't need Ash to do it. He's just the best at it, but that doesn't mean he's the only one that does it. So.
But people know who he is.
People know who he is.
Changing
People
that character, it's either it's gonna work or it's completely gonna backfire. That's the only two options you have.
Yeah, although I think Pikachu is more popular than Ash. Like,
Pikachu's way more popular.
Yeah.
So
like
I think as long as you have
you could ask somebody who Ash is, they won't know. You could ask somebody who Pikachu is, and they'll instantly know who it is.
Exactly. So I think as long as you have like the popular like the Pokemon, you don't really need the collectors. They can be whoever you want because, particularly new generations, they don't care. Like even the cards, and when you're collecting it, nobody cares about Ash cards. Everybody cares about Charizards and Pikachu cards. So I think you could change them. I think they're going to do okay without him.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen any Pokemon manga books, did we?
I saw one, but I don't think they have any. Like,
Okay.
it'd normally be in the teen section, but teen section's filled up with Naruto and Demon Slayer and One Piece. But, like, One Piece, the books, last time I checked, they only have 1 to 4, and then somewhere in the middle.
So maybe in the teen section they probably have Dragon Ball Z. Because
Yeah, they have Dragon Ball Z in teen.
Okay.
Just, like,
You
the
ever read
bookstore.
Scott Pilgrim?
Nah, I haven't seen that.
I should get
Scott
her.
Pilgrim. I mean, it's all about Toronto, so it's perfect.
But again, it's North American comics. She
It
walks
isn't,
by.
though. It's anime. It's totally
No, I
manga.
know. It's Canadian manga.
But I think he even does it in manga direction. I don't think it's.
He does, yeah, he does, and it's the size, format, everything's the same.
I would highly recommend it because the cool thing is you'll feel like you're actually reading, manga, but you'll recognize the places because it all takes place in Toronto.
Okay, that's one thing I'll buy for you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. See.
Look at that, I'm getting you lots of manga. Do an interview for the show, and your dad will buy you all the manga you want, right?
I heard that when you go to shows, some of the mangas, they're, like, overpriced or something. It's either that or people were saying, or I heard my friend who goes to them, she said that, like, it's the figures and mangas that are overpriced.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
I
the
haven't-
cards, like
yeah.
the collector's cards.
Oh yeah, those are super expensive. But no, one day we were driving by in one of the hotels, and I told her I see it every year, every time I go to work, driving by, and all these kids dressed up in manga costumes and everything, and a lot of them are dressed up in Dragon Ball Z or
There's this one game, it's
Naruto.
called Genshin Impact. I see a lot of people cosplay it, but the cosplays are like $200 from how detailed their clothing is.
Yeah. A lot of people that do cosplay also make their own.
That's
So-
what
Yeah,
that's what I
see-
told her. Yeah.
I see people make their own,
Yeah.
like these side accessories, they make them by their own.
Yeah. So I think that's part of the fun is making your own. I think it's kind of boring to just buy it. I think
I saw
the
a
real fun is to try
guy
and make your own.
foam sword he made, and it looked good. It was like, and it wasn't even small one. It was the huge one, like the manga style ones, and it looked
Yeah.
nice.
I saw this one girl, I don't remember her account name, but like she posts these videos and it's like basically she's showing like how she makes her anime boots and stuff and like how she 3D prints some of her items for her cosplays.
I think you've got a future in if you wanted to in being a cosplay designer even.
There you go. See.
I think I'd still be too lazy.
Someday you'll find your passion and you'll get
That's
the energy.
it. Yes. What I was.
So I think we should.
Yeah, it was great talking
I think
to
we should
you.
probably wrap this up. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. It was interesting to hear some manga stuff from a manga expert.
I
And
wouldn't call
So,
myself
yeah.
an expert.
yes, you are.
No, I don't know a lot.
You and your friends always talk about manga when they're over and everything, so you guys are experts. Well, more expert
Compared to
than
us.
compared to two of us here. Well, thank you.
I think we're good, and thank you for joining us. And I guess we'll all see you next time, right, Chetan?
Yes.